the mission of this entire enterprise of having interfaith dialogue and setting that wheel into motion in the United States of America, right here in Brookline, in fact.
So that would be a parallel within the Christian community, or how do you talk about Keter within the Jewish community?
I was deeply moved by each one of the presentations. There was something in it, there was a kernel that gave me a depth of resonance that I hadn't expected to feel.
I like having a really good discussion of how could you possibly think that, and have that tolerated in a respectful way to hear and share all these many different points of views.
The most important thing that I learned is the real special qualities of each of these religions.
We are all tapping into a truth, a logos, a word of order, of structure, of meaning in the universe. And the particular tradition I happen to have, which is Protestant Christianity, doesn't have to be exclusively true or true to the exclusion of anybody else in order to be a strong basis of life, living, and values.
There will always be ways in which other religious traditions will remain more foreign to me. But it doesn't mean necessarily that I think they're any truer or less truer than my own tradition.
Interfaith dialogue has been a topic of fear of people who want to hold on to territory. But if they are fearless in a prudent way, then I think they'll discover what everyone here can testify to, which is that we have a deeper sense of who we are, and we have a clearer sense of who our partners are in dialogue and conversation, and that everybody comes away strengthened.
The trick is to preserve enough tenacity to a tradition I believe in, yet in this nuanced way. That's tricky. To say it isn't the only story, but it is mine. And that's where I am.
You understand each other better, then I think the distance becomes smaller. And I think, I don't know, maybe it's just a way of helping people to see that we really are all the same, and that perhaps that can lessen people's fear of difference.
If I can start to think more creatively about the ways that these terms can be understood, that I can find space then to see that one who submits to God, or a Muslim, and one who submits to God can be seen in a much wider sense, because the Quran itself uses it in a much wider sense.
I'm going to be able, however, to speak much more knowledgeably and persuasively about the points of connection between all our faith traditions, and that they all tap into a truth.
We've experimented for a long time of trying to disabuse other people, often by force, of their beliefs and such. What if we tried a different strategy? What if we took a risk and did something like this more regularly? So thank you for being here.